Sunday, everyone. Happy Sunday. How's it going? As you come in, guys, please share the live. I'm hoping everyone is having a blessed Sunday. And thank you guys for joining me today. Trying to get my camera together. I had it together, but as soon as we start the live, here comes something. Here we are. How's it going, guys? Today we have a guest joining us. Today we have someone joining us from the state of Ohio who can elaborate some on the rumors that we are hearing that's happening in the state of Ohio with Haitians. And one of the things that I've always wondered is, are Haitian migrants being exploited in Springfield? Who better to talk to us about that than someone living in the state of Ohio that can, share his opinion? It may not be a fact because we know that everyone may not agree, but we know that there is something that is happening in the state of Ohio with Haitians. So as you come in, guys, please share the live. How's it going? Marie Paul, how are you? Baron Ford, Dahami, how's it going? Stallion, you've been here with me before, but for some of my people who are tuned in today that don't know you, please introduce yourself to the audience.
Diane, aka the Gangster Bankster. And I'm the person that gets revenge on all the banks and makes money. So that's why I'm a gangster bankster.
Today we have you here on the show to talk about our Haitian migrants in Springfield, Ohio being exploited. I know I don't have a lot of your time, and I thank you for taking out the time to come on the show, Mr. Silver Fox, Mr. Jeffrey Jackson. Thank you guys for tuning in. I thank you for taking the time out of your busy day to join us on the show tonight. Let's begin with, what have you heard or just been seeing around your state? What's been happening?
Well, some of the national media has put a spotlight on Springfield, Ohio. Now, I'm located in Columbus, which is like one county. There's a county separates Franklin County, where Columbus is at, and then there's Madison County, and then Clark County, which is Springfield. And I've been trying to figure out why, just kind of digging around what's going on and why they're all congregating there. And I guess this started back in 2019, before COVID happened. And now we're finding out all the stuff that's going on. Now, all that stuff they're putting there in the politics, forget about that. That stuff's not true. Uh, and the people, anybody saying that, are supporters of Trump. I mean, they've interviewed some people in Springfield about some of the negativity stuff. Not true. The mayor of Springfield's a Republican, and he's saying it's not true. So let's just debark that off from the get go. Anyways, what I just found out, and it's out there on YouTube, and there's some reports. There's an individual that operates a temporary service, and what he's done is he's bought up some of the abandoned houses that are, quote, condemned. And I don't know if he's fixed them up or he did anything with it. It's kind of like the apartments when back last year, earlier this year, when they had all those people in those apartments that were condemned in that complex. And that actually was only about 3 or 4 miles away from my own home. So what he's done is he's got that's what they're saying. I'm just saying because I don't know the ins and outs. I guess they're getting vans going down to Florida. So anybody that wants to come from Florida up here, and he's charging by the per. light manufacturing, a lot of warehousing and so forth. And so what they're doing is run through the temp service, and then those guys are going to work at these various places. Okay, so I mean, he's making money from the temp from the employers because they have to pay a fee to him. He's making money from the rent. So there's two sources he's getting from the same individuals. So and that's what's attracting them. You know, they're probably there's probably some of the Haitians that are there are probably telling others they're out of state to come up here, and then you can get a job. And Springfield's a fairly safe place. I mean, there might be some reports saying that it's all these bad things. It's not Columbus. It's a 60,000 population. It's in the middle of farm fields surrounding the city. It's flat for the most part. I mean, we're not you know, when you get out in the western Ohio, past Columbus, it really gets flat because you're getting into the Midwest. You go east, towards Pennsylvania and West Virginia, that's when you start hitting some mountains. Kind of a different layout. Um, but that's what I've seen on there, and I guess now the Homeland Security and then the High Attorney General they're investigating all this. So where it goes, I don't know. But he's got properties. I've read he's got properties in Springfield, Lima, Ohio, and there's a town called Washington Courthouse, which is on the way to Cincinnati from Columbus. It's closer to Columbus than Cincinnati, but
So
it's there.
let me interrupt you a little bit because I'm not sure if on my people's end that's watching in the audience, the internet kind of failed on the beginning when you were speaking. I heard you mention that this guy who goes by King George, am I correct? His real name is George Tent. He is
Right.
the one that have a temporary solution type of thing where they offer jobs to people, a temporary working agency. Am I correct? And
Yeah, it's a
you
temporary.
mentioned
It's a staffing. Yeah.
yes, you mentioned that he gets paid by two different athletes. What are you saying that do you think that the government is paying him also?
Well, no, I think what they're doing is they're giving some funding to him. I don't know if it's through Section 8 or what it is. The word is that he's getting some funding by the government for placing him in these homes. That I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I'm reading out there. So if he's collecting money either it's from the government or the individuals that are staying in these homes. So one way or the other, he's getting money from these properties where they're staying at, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they're running through the temp service that he owns, and then obviously he's getting a fee from the employers that sign up with him, to go through. Because when they do these agreements, and I was an auditor, I audited temporary services or staffing agencies. There's a contract that's signed between the service and the employer, and it's usually pretty inclusive where the company has to go through them in order to get staff. It's usually a monopoly. So in this case, the employers are more than happy to do that because they're getting a lot of individuals that will work for less, than the local people. A lot of there's a report out there. They'll pass a drug test. A lot of these individuals are living out there, can't pass a drug test for their lives. So, you got people that are willing to show up on time that are drug free and they're working for a lower wage than American citizens, right? So, or what at least ones of people have been here for a period of time. So it's a win-win for everybody. So he's collecting money from the rents from the property he owns. He's collecting money from the employers that signed up through their service. So the more people he brings in, the more money he's getting from the service. The companies are happy because they got a reliable staff of people that'll come in here and do those jobs. So I mean and that's what's going on.
So and thank you guys for tuning in. Please share the live, guys, as you come in. If you are new here, please subscribe to the channel. We welcome your comments. Please be respectful. Challenge the subject, okay, and not the actual person. So I welcome you guys to please share your thoughts on this subject. Do you think that there is some intentional um, do you think that the way Mr. Tin have been moving as far as bringing in Haitians, that do you think is it a form of trafficking? Is it a form of intentionally exploiting Haitians? Could it seem that way?
Well, I mean, that's a real subjective question because they know what they're getting into. The ones that are coming in, they know that they're the terms they have to do. So in other words, nobody's putting a gun to their head telling them to do this. But now, do we want to look at it from a different perspective? Yeah, I'm sure that if the guys had a different way that were coming in that was a little bit more reasonable, maybe somebody else that would offer the same thing and better accommodations, other than where they're living, I'm sure they would take it. Um, but this has always been about money. And I said this on one of your lives a while back. With Tyson Foods, and I made a comment on Philly Dom's channel about that. I don't know what it was, 6, 8, 9 months ago, and I said exactly what's going to happen. That these companies are silently supporting Kamala Harris, for president because they're benefiting by this. All they got to do is get those work permits. Once that's done, these places that nobody wants to work for those wages, whether it's Haitian or people from different countries, they're willing to work in there. They're going to take advantage of it. These are the silent supporters. And I've said that 9 months ago. This is about money. It's not about nationality or wherever you're from, all that kind of stuff. This is all about the money. So it's just people taking advantage of the situation, and he's been able to figure it out. He's got a pipeline of people coming up from Florida, according to what the reports say. We know he's got rental property there because we're already there. We know that he's got a service, which you can pull it up and Google it. It's right there. So, and we already know there's been employers that have been on camera that said, "Hey, yeah, we would love to have these guys come in here. They show up on time. They can pass a drug test. They stay there. They stay at their workstation. Uh, the companies aren't saying anything. It's those same companies, like I said, are benefiting by this. So however you want to cut the pie, these are the silent supporters. No matter where your political views are at, they're benefiting by the administration right now of letting everybody come over or doing the guest program, whatever it is. But that area in Springfield it's a pretty fairly conservative city. Um, yeah, definitely see more Trump signs out there than you will here in Columbus and the metro areas. High as like a lot of other cities. The metropolitan areas are going to go one way. The remote areas, the rural areas, the bush, whatever you want to call it, are going to go the other. That's just the way it's been that way for years. So
Let's go into the audience. Welcome, guys. Thank you all for tuning in. Please share the live as you come in. Please show your support. If you've yet to hit the like button, don't forget to hit the like button. Nadeji Jean says, where is the problem on that to help her understand? Are they really? No, I'm not getting into that. So you mentioned that you do not think it's about a race. It's not about race. Springfield is predominantly what race live in Springfield?
well, it's going to be European white for the most part. I mean,
Okay, do you think that business wise it may be about the money, but do you think that the people are outraged as much as they are because Haitians are black people?
no, because you got a lot of Black Americans complaining that are out there. Here's what it is. Here's why the people are complaining. They're complaining because there's a lot of traffic accidents and stuff going on where Haitians they don't have their license. Some of them, I just seen a video today. There was a Haitian guy that got in an accident and he literally had no license plate on his car. I don't know anywhere here in Ohio where if a police pull you over and you don't have a license plate on your car that they're going to let you just drive off. I seen a live video today where they had an accident and the officer just let him drive off of the car with no plates. Didn't have him park it, have it towed, nothing. So there's something going on there, within the city. There's some sort of, you know, agreement, or I don't know what it is. And the people in Springfield, the politicians benefit by this too, to a certain extent, because those businesses that are there are supporting this mayor to make sure nothing goes haywire, because their businesses they're growing, and of course they're growing, they're paying more taxes. That helps for the city coffers. So there's a connection. It isn't about who you are or where you're from. This is about money. I mean, that's what it is. Whether it's Haitian or it could be somebody from India or Bangladesh or whatever, if they got work permits and they can get them in there to work and live in substandard housing, so be it. Let's go ahead and take advantage of it.
Someone said that they saw that video. How do we know that the driver was a Haitian driver? What identified him as a Haitian driver?
Well, the guy that filmed it said he could hear the person talking. It was in Creole, or it wasn't English. And put it that way, it could be French. So, I mean, but again, why would they? Why would anybody? If I went to Springfield and I didn't have a plate on my car, I'm almost sure that they would make me park the car and have it towed. Forget about a driver's license and anything else. It's not having a plate on your car to identify who you are. And this is in a rural area. We're not talking about Columbus or Cincinnati or Cleveland or some big city, Chicago. We're talking about a rural, small city of 60,000 people. So for them to do that, that's unheard of. That is totally unheard of. I mean, not my lifetime, at least.
What kind of treaty do you think that the police could have that they will allow such an act to go on like that in the community? Do you think that there's a treaty with the immigrants?
No, no. This is what it is. This is what I think it is. Of course, it's my opinion, and I could be wrong, everybody. So this is only my viewpoint. I'm connecting the dots. You got a mayor, right? The mayor appoints the police chief. The police chief is not elected; they're appointed by the mayor, right? And probably the city council approves it, right? So you got business, you got the Chamber of Commerce there in Springfield, the local Chamber of Commerce. You got all these businesses around that need people to work, right? They can't. Nope. Yeah, the population there, whoever it is, doesn't want to work for whatever reason, and it's usually because of the work conditions and/or low wages, or they're on drugs, or whatever the case is. In these rural areas, at least in Ohio, I'll speak for Ohio, and I come from a rural area. If you're going to do something constructive with yourself, when you get out of high school, you go to college and get out of the area. You're moving to Columbus. You're going somewhere where there's more opportunities and higher wages and better in life. So what you have there in Springfield and these smaller cities in Ohio, you have the leftovers. That's what you really have, because the people that are really about something, they're not there. And then what you have left is leftovers basically. So they don't want half of people are on disability or on drugs or whatever else. It's a dream come true to an employer that it operates there. So think about this: you got the mayor, he appoints the police chief, he gets it approved by the city council. The mayor's basically told the police chief, "Hey, when your officers, if it's an immigrant, Haitian immigrant, we don't care if they're legal, illegal, on guest pass, whatever it is, it's hands off for the most part." And that was an example today. Why? Because the business community, money talks, BS walks. So the business community is bringing in all these individuals coming in. They're collecting all this tax revenue for the city coffers, right? So from that end of it, it's a dream come true. The Chamber of Commerce has probably put pressure on the mayors. They contribute to the mayor's campaign. I'm sure they're big supporters of, especially now. The business community, these people that own these businesses, there might be corporations, it might be individual families, whatever it is, there's going to be that pressure, to say, hey, we don't want to disrupt the equilibrium here. The prime directive is we want them here. As long as they have papers to work, we're okay with that. So they're getting it passed to a certain extent. And like I said, it's about
the focus right now seems to be solely on Haitians, especially in the state of Ohio. You were born and raised in the state of Ohio. Can you let us know, are there other black migrants that are also in the state of Ohio that possibly can speak English and that could be mistaken for Haitian?
well, if you look at the African countries, the ones that I know, here are obviously the Guyanians. I'm very close, as with the Guyanians. That's an
Mm-hmm.
English speaking country. So, and there's some Guyanians here who don't have their papers. I know one specifically, and that doesn't have their papers. They've been here for a long time. He's working under a different name. He's been doing that for years, but let's just set that aside. The French speaking countries here, obviously we got people from the Democratic Republic of Congo. We got Senegal. There's some French speaking countries here, that are here. I think, there's probably some illegals here, but the thing is, because a lot of Africans are very well established here in the last, I say 30 years, since the mid 90s. Yeah, they have family and friends to hook onto as anchors when they get here. So let's just say they come here illegally, for example. There's not that they have people, they have support systems in place to take care where they can, shack up with somebody temporarily until they can get on their own. The Haitian community is very small here, so there isn't that type of anchor to hold on to, when they come. So this is what some of the ruckus is coming out, because you don't see the Africans that I'm aware of, under the same conditions.
But the Haitian community, they're working. So they're working and they're trying to build their community. My guess is, outside of it's about the money, why do you think Haitians are targeted? Because we know that there are other Africans, Guyanians, Senegals, there's other community of foreigners that are living in the state of Ohio. Why is it that Haitians are targeted so much? Why do you think that Haitians are the target when they speak on migrants? And you mentioned that African migrants, have been there for years, over 20 something years. They have not been a target. Haitians have just started, maybe in the last 2, 3 years, to become residents in the state of Ohio, especially Springfield. Why do you think that the Haitians are targeted? And they are, when I say targeted, we see that the Haitians are targeted not just by color, but specifically we hear Haitians.
Well, let's go just a little closer. If 20, 30 years ago, we didn't have the internet as we do today in social media. All right. So if we go back, we turn back the clock a little bit. There might have been that same thing going on with the African immigrants when they started coming in here. 30 years ago, Somalia there was a setup where this was one of the drop off points for Somalians when they had their civil war back in the mid 90s. Columbus and Minneapolis, Minnesota. We had tons and tons of Somalians coming in. We still have some, but not like it was back then. All right. So you got the social media wasn't there at the time to put all this stuff out there. We didn't have YouTube and all that. So it's not to say that probably didn't happen if it was available. It's just that now we have the social media, and obviously we got a new group of immigrants from another country, which is not well populated here in Central Ohio. So, like I said, you can put the whole Caribbean in there. We just don't have much of a population of any of these Caribbean countries here. It's dominant in Central Ohio. It just isn't. Our groups are obviously the largest group, I guess, and they've been here for time I came to Columbus is the Mexicans. Yeah, we have a lot of Latinos now throughout the city. I mean, on all sides of the city. The Somalians are probably the next largest group we have here. But then you have a lot of Nigerians, Guyanians, you know, uh, I met some Togonese. We have Senegal. I mean, there's a lot of we have a lot of Africans here. If you add up all the African countries, the people here, it's probably going to outdo the Latinos really when it comes down to it. Or they're neck and neck. I mean, you add them all up. So, but the Caribbean this isn't a place they came to, up until now. So because of that social media aspect, now everything's focused. And I think the big focus over there in Springfield is because I think it really started when that kid got killed on a school bus. When it came out, I mean, it came out what in August of 23. They put the person on TV here, the local TV. I didn't know that person was Haitian. I had no idea. I wasn't even paying attention personally myself, and it kind of went away. But now, because the people in Springfield, they're seeing a lot of the car accidents and so forth, that's what's drawing the attention. And then now, because we got that, now they start looking at everything else below. There's something that's driving it at the beginning, and now you start digging a little bit deeper, and they say, "Oh, well, okay, the accidents are here. Now we got this and this and this and this." So there's, so like I said, and they're in a rural county. I mean, again, Springfield's about 60,000 people. It's out in the middle of a farm field. I mean, to be honest with you, there's no nearby cities other than Columbus and Dayton. So yeah, you add that in the mix. It is what it is. We just have to, this is what it is, and I guess the AG's investigating this man, and maybe Homeland Security, and we'll see what comes out of it.
Wow. Let's hear what the audience have to say, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to please hit the like button as you come in. Please share your thoughts. Do you think that Haitians are being exploited intentionally in the state of Ohio? Let's hear what you guys have to say. And thank you guys so much. Let me give a shout out to our super chatters. Thank you so much, Mr. Jackson, for the $5 super chat. Thank you so much for your continuous love and support of life in Haiti. Gina Turner, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Out of many, we are one. Welcome to the live, Mercedes. Welcome. Don't forget to kindly share, kindly share. Where then that's why people who live there are upset. Hold on a second. Transition to tech. I saw a documentary on the subject. Haitians were saluted for their work ethics in Springfield. Our Haitian brothers and sisters need to get the work experience and become the subject matter expert. Do you think that the Haitian population has been a great help to the Springfield people?
Well, well. I mean, it depends on who you ask. If you're asking the business community, they love them. I mean, they'll, I mean, hey, if I apply for the job and a Haitian migrant applied for it there and those type of jobs, they would probably hire the Haitian only because I'm in America. They would probably think I'm not going to show up to work on time or I'm not going to work as hard because I'm entitled, quote unquote. So, from that standpoint, to the business community, they love it. And the thing is, it's not about Haitians. It could be anybody. It could be Africans that are in that situation. It could be Latinos coming in from Venezuela, Cuba, wherever else. money is money and exploitation exploitation. Somebody's going to take advantage of it. Human nature says there's people out there that will take advantage of others. That's just that's just the way the nature of human life. You know, there's people out there that just do that, and we got this man out there that's obviously at the top of the pyramid that's driving it, according to the reports.
Hmm. Hold on one second. Dear Nadia says, how do we know if Haitians are causing the most car accidents in comparisons to all the other ethnicities in Springfield? How can we get the data on that?
You got me. I guess contact. You can get a police report from it's all public information from the city of Springfield. I'm sure they have to publish it. The accidents and what's happened there. Do I have the information? No. Am I going to get it? No. It's to me like I said, I'm disconnected. I didn't even know that there was that many Haitians even in Springfield. I didn't. I yeah.
I what I think is I don't think there's a big percentage of Haitians that's causing the accidents. What I think is we all agree that Haitians are causing a discomfort for some people, people who are on disability, people who probably are, on welfare. And that assistance, they really depend on it. Maybe veterans, I'm not sure who, okay? But Haitians coming in, it has affected their benefits. So for them, anything that a Haitian person does, they're going to zoom into it and they will make it bigger than what it is. And I think, in my opinion, that's what's happening. I don't think that most of the accidents are caused by Haitian people. What I think is there are people that they feel that the Haitian people who are getting temporary assistance are taken away from them, and maybe every little thing just agitate that person. That's my opinion. I'm not sure. I don't have the facts on that. You should be grateful for us, not the other way around. Do you think that the Haitian people are not grateful for being in Springfield, or do you see it being the other way around?
Well, again, it depends on who you ask. I mean, if I'm coming from a place where it's not where there's no security or very little, at least in Port-au-Prince, and I know other parts of Haiti are not like that. I know that. Um, when you look at the big picture, and they're here in an area that's going to be fairly safe. Again, this is like a rural town. This is a rural city. Um, and if they got employment, where they're able to work, you know, I would think that they would appreciate that. But then, on the other hand, if you've been here for any period of time, you're going to say, hey, I could do better in this. And obviously, if they're able to get full status here and get a green card, obviously they're on their way to being something more than what they are right now. They go to school, get a trade. They can go into healthcare. There's tons of jobs in healthcare. And I know this because I know a lot of Guyanians. I'm very intimate with a lot of Guyanians here, and I see what happens. They come here, they get their green card, and then they work. They're on their way to citizenship. They go to school. There's a lot of them here. They're nurses, nurse practitioners, doctors. So and obviously, the only difference is between the Guyanians and the Haitians is Ghana's, the colonists were the English. So it's just a matter they got the British English, but nevertheless, there's one less barrier for them. If you're a Haitian, obviously, and that's there's going to be a language barrier and learning. They're going to have to learn English. That's where the barrier is going to be. But other than that, I mean, hey, if I came here and that's exactly what I would do. If I come from a country that didn't speak English, I'll be on my English like A1. If I can get my green card, or you marry somebody here, an American, and then work your way up. Everybody's got to start somewhere, at the end, whether you're a citizen here or not.
From what I'm seeing, I see it that the Haitian people are very grateful to be in the Springfield area. I always try to see things from your point of view as well as my point of view. That's why the Haitian people, a lot of people are really focused on the fact that the Haitian people are taking, but none of them are stopping to see that in the search of life, that a lot of the Haitians have been exploited as well by some American people. I hear them saying that Haitian people are getting thousands of dollars in assistance. Stallion, do you believe that the government is giving $30,000 in food stamps to the Haitian people?
It's hard for me to believe a single person would get that. No, I mean, I don't know where that's coming from. But who knows? Like I said, you know, I didn't even know there was a person out there that was, had this thing going on, where they had properties and they're sticking them in and collecting money and had a temp service. So nothing surprises me. If something came out where there was some sort of backdoor program where they were getting additional funding, from the federal government, it wouldn't surprise me. But it's hard for me to believe that somebody would have 30,000, an individual would have $30,000 on a food stamp card. That's really hard for me to conceive that.
It's hard for me to believe that they would have 10,000 on a food stamp card.
Right. Or even 5,000. Like I said, I
Or
don't.
even 5,000. I mean, how many kids would this person need? Most of the Haitians, they've hit the road maybe with one or two kids or by themselves.
Right.
And you hear people repeating this, and what happens is other people who already are feeling some type of way that's not caring to stop and analyze what they are hearing are genuinely believing that. Guys, being on this platform, I get a chance to interact with a lot of different people. Stallion, Haitian people are not getting that much in any type of assistance. And if you are illegal, you cannot even get assistance. And that's what the American people are not understanding. A lot of the Haitian people, Stallion, if they do get assistance, they're getting $400 to $800, and that's if they have kids. Now, I'm not saying that as an American, you're not entitled to feel a certain type of way because it is your country. As an American, you are entitled to feel how you feel, but you should have facts behind your feelings and not just go off emotions to think that these migrants or Haitians are getting thousands and thousands. It's the same thing that happened with the young lady that came out and said that Haitians were eating cats. She misplaced her cat or something from what I hear, and then the cat was found.
Right.
So people, mhm,
Yeah, right. You have to
people,
understand. Right. You have to
mhm,
understand something. The people that are making those remarks, most of them are adamant Trump supporters. So it's going to be
I
biased.
don't have a problem with that. You can be a Trump supporter, but be with facts.
But you have to understand they're feeding into what the president, the vice president nominee, they're feeding into that. You have to understand it's all. If somebody says something like Trump or JD Vance, there's going to be people that are going to believe whatever it is. In other words, right now it's whatever it is, 7 o'clock. 7:30. If JD Vance said it's 11:30, even though we all know it's 7:30 right now, there's people that are just going to echo and repeat it. It's almost like a cult. So, the people they were interviewing that I saw, basically they all, most of them had Trump signs, had different, significations of Trump. So they're just echoing the same false stuff that, that they're saying from the top. So in reality, again, the mayor's a Republican there. That most of that place is ran by Republicans in Springfield. They're saying that it's not true. So So obviously you got people with the same party affiliation, and one person saying it for to score points, and your local elected officials are saying no, it's not.
Hmm. Wow. 20K Haitians imported. They were given 2-year visas. Mama K. So, guys, for those of you all who are just tuning in that may not know much about immigration, recently the Biden administration opened a humanitarian relief where to put control of illegal immigrants pulling up at the border through Mexico because they were going through Nicaragua. He allowed Venezuelans, Nicaraguans, Haitians, and Cubans to be able to be sponsored by family members for 2 years. So it could very well be more or less than 20,000, but they had a legal path to come. And at the time, righteously, Haiti was facing a very, very tough time to for a lot of people to be able to get relief. So the Haitians, a lot of Haitian people say yes, Cubans are in it. It is Nicaragua, Venezuelans, Haitians, and Cubans. And I've mentioned how you hardly hear about Nicaragua, you hardly hear about Cubans, and you hear about Venezuelans, but you hear a lot more about Haitians. You would say that the Cubans are not in it, but yes, Cubans are within that program, guys, and you can verify it, and I'm sure some of you guys who are watching may be able to verify that Cubans are included in that humanitarian program. You just don't hear about them. And, that's kind of a big ups for their community as well. Haitians come with a sense of pride and self awareness that makes them uncomfortable. Haitians are trying to be a modest migrant, they are only interested in being themselves. Well, true transition to tech, when you're in Roman, you have to dance by Roman rules. So there are things that when you decide to travel, you have to conform to that area. You have to learn. If you don't speak English, and I think that's where a lot of Africans may have the ups on us because a lot of Africans they speak English. Am I correct, Stallion?
Well, I mean, it depends on the country. Again, I can only speak here. We got the Guyanians here, which I'm very close to. Nigerians is an English speaking country. There's a few Kenyans here, that's English speaking. Uganda,
Mhm.
but you have a lot of French countries too. Congo's French, Togo's French. Burkina Faso, Ivory Coast. Senegal. I mean, so um, Cameroon. Cameroon's a mixture of French and English. Um, some of the Cameroonians speak both. One speaks one, the other. It's whatever, but that's a different story. So, again, like I said, there's anchors here. There's like the Somalians. There's anchors here that there's people have been here for 30 years. That they can keep themselves under the radar. There's Guyanians that are here. They can keep themselves under the radar because they have family and friends here that are already established. If we were to let this go, and let's just say 30 years from now, and the Haitians uh, get a foothold, get their citizenship, and live in Springfield, if there's new arrivals coming 30 years from now, a lot of this we're probably not going to see because there's friends and family that are already established there in that city that they could stay with and keep themselves under the radar, keep out of the public eye. That's what I think.
Wow. So, reading this story about Mr. George Tin, it made me think, are Haitians being exploited? I asked the audience, are Haitians being exploited? Miss Mercedes says she didn't think so because immigrants are being paid. They're working and are getting paid. Can you kind of give a definition of exploitation?
Well, I don't think if they're paying them the rate that they're supposed to be paying them with their advertising from the employer, I'm going to say no, they're not being exploited because that rate is for this anybody that comes in there they want to hire. I think they're being exploited from the housing end of it, from what they're doing. We knew that from the apartments in Columbus, with somebody was running a scam there where they're making all these guys pay this extreme amount of money to live in these, hellhole conditions that were condemned. So it depends what you're looking at. The housing, I would say yes, in my opinion, from the employer, and I'd say no. Because if those guys that are working here at those companies, let's just say they get their green card, okay, whoever's there, they have an option whether to stay there or go to school or whatever it is and get out of that situation. And again, I've seen this with Guyanians. They work a job just like that, and then they get their green card or they marry or whatever it is. And at that point, a lot of them go to school and they go into fields where they're going to make more money and have more job stability. And that's preferably really in healthcare. So it's no different. It's no different for the Haitians they are with the Guyanians in that respect.
Hmm. So we've heard a lot of reports that Haitians are not being paid proper wages, or they're not being paid as the Americans should be paid. Have you heard of that?
I've heard rumors of that. I'm not sure if that's going on in Springfield, but I can say that and it might not be Haitians working out there with Tyson Foods because they closed down one facility where there was people working at, and then they opened up a new facility in another state, and they paid lower wages. Now, who's taking those jobs? It could be the Latinos, it could be people from Bangladesh, it could be Haitians. I don't know. So I could see where that could happen, but I haven't heard anything. From my information, I haven't heard anything in Springfield that's going on.
Mm-hmm. 30K, 30K in food stamps to one person. You know that's a big fat lie, sis. People are believing it, and I've heard someone say that they saw on someone's receipt they had like 29,000 or something, and I'm like, I don't know, but I didn't think that the government that was that given in America to one person, and how much food do one person need? And like the card, as soon as it goes to zero, it recharges back up. Some of the things that you guys we're hearing is like it doesn't make sense. Marie Pierre, how's it going? Thank you for the love. Nell Williams, thank you for tuning in. You guys, thank you all for tuning in. Let me know where you're watching from so that I can give you guys a shout out. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And also, thank you for interacting. If it's your first time here, please hit the like button. Don't forget to share and definitely subscribe to this channel. Crypto War says, watch the videos of that woman getting arrested while eating. You cannot deny it after watching the video. Nobody is denying that video. What we're denying is the fact that she is not Haitian, and that's been proven. And we've done previous lives. I encourage you guys to watch our other lives so you can see my stance on that. But we know that that lady was not a Haitian. She was not a Haitian immigrant. So she wasn't. That's because they in that white state and white neighbors and their Cubans have always been political refugees due to communism. Okay. It is about racism. do not want in the country. Exodia says, yes, they are included in the program. Yes, guys, Cubans are included. Do you think that, Miss Caroline, welcome and thank you for tuning in. Do you think that Haitians need to build a more solid community, especially in the state of Ohio, so that they'll have better representatives? Do you think there's divisions in the state of Ohio amongst Haitians?
Well, again, let's have this conversation 20, 30 years from now. Because again, as I said before, any of these Caribbean countries are not really prominent here in Central Ohio. It just isn't. I mean, I've been I've been here since 1987. I haven't seen it. When I first came to Columbus, we had Africans already. In fact, when I was going finishing up college, a couple good friends of mine were Liberian. And then I started to see, a lot of Liberians here and Nigerians. Those are the ones that I met when I first came to the city back in the 80s. Um, the other countries, no. But I'm saying is it all comes down to, it's not a matter of the country itself. It's a matter of the foothold of having people that are here already established from that home country. Once that happens, then it can become more of a positive magnet because those individuals that are already established here can help others coming from that country, and they won't be in the spotlight. Right now, there's very few Haitians here, so there's nobody to really assist them, other than these different programs and whatever else is going on, or people trying to take advantage. Yeah, but if we're talking 20 years down the road, if they were to get their citizenship or green cards, whatever is in Springfield, and they establish a community there. Let's talk about it 20 years from now and see. Let's see if a new wave of immigrants come in from Haiti that come there, if it will be the same, if we're running into the same issues. I don't think so. Because, like I said, I've seen what's happened here in Columbus with other people from other countries.
Hmm. Someone says you're denying the fact that it's happening. Who cares if the lady is Haitian? It's not about race, it's about activities that are factually happening. Um, we know that things happen that shouldn't happen, but it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Okay, if the word was people are doing this towards pets, okay, but keep in mind that Haitians were attached to it, and that's how Haitians got involved. No one just picked up, the slug and put it on Haitians. It was attached directly towards Haitians. So that is where I think, in my opinion, it became a Haitian thing because it was attached to us directly. So no one denies that it is happening because it could very well be happening. But when you put a certain race and say that this woman is doing it and she's Haitian, and then down the line for people to prove that she's not, I do think that that's part of the problem with this situation because I love animals, guys. You all know I love my dogs. Not a big fan of cats, but I also like cats. And I would not be okay with anyone hurting animals, period. So if it's happening and that was the subject, then we will be advocating for that not to happen. But when we put a race or nationality attached to it, keep in mind everyone have a right to defend themselves to an extent. Um, yeah, and it has nothing to do with because I am Haitian, guys. Because I am fair minded, if the shoe was on the other foot, it was Americans in Haiti, I still would not agree with wrong, or just an American being accused of something without facts. If you have facts, okay, deal with it that way. But for us to just accuse, that's not right. Someone asked to be a part of the live. Guys, on this live, I'm only able to have one person at a time on the live, so I can share the link after my guest here. If someone would like to stop by one at a time, because I'm live on YouTube, so I can only give one person at a time. Eduardo says it's about culture, not skin color. Culture needs to change. They need education, culture, not race. Yeah, Kung Fu Fighter. Okay, you're welcome. You're welcome. I did hear. So, any last words? Because I know that you're busy, and I just want to thank you so much for taking the time out. Is there anything that you like to share with the world as far as your point of view about this migrant? Because it has become an issue for the Haitian community that's just trying to live. And obviously, it's an issue with a lot of the people who were born and raised in Ohio. I mean, what do you think can happen to balance this so that people can go back coexisting without all of the cameras and the spotlights on Springfield directly? But Springfield is not the only place with Haitian immigrants.
Well, you have to understand something. This is an election year. If we remember back when Trump was running back in what 2016 or 15, whatever it was, I remember him giving a speech and he was talking about Latinos, and he said he was saying they're rapists, they're drug dealers, they're whatever else, all that stereotypical stuff that they were saying, he was saying. So it just happens to be it's the Haitians' turn now, and because they get this in the spotlight, they're bringing it up as a political to get the score political points. And you have a group of people out there that will believe whatever is said. Again, we could talk about something and everybody can understand if it's 8 o'clock and everybody knows it's 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and Trump or JD Vance says it's 11:30. Even though we all know it's 8 o'clock, they would say, "Yeah, you know what? It is 11:30." You just have people that just want to believe their own BS. So yes, but let's just go back to the situation. This could happen down in Florida. We know that there's an Asian community in Miami. If this same situation happened in Miami, because there's a Haitian community there. If it were to happen, it would never get the notoriety of the media and stuff. But because everybody's used to the Caribbean, basically that's all Miami, in my opinion, makes up is different Caribbean islands. In my opinion, makes up Miami. But in an area like this, out in a rural area in Ohio, and you just got a large number of one nationality that pops up, and then you add in a couple other things in the politics, it's just going to make hay. But a lot of this is going to go away here after the elections, anyways. I mean, when the elections are over, a lot of this is going to simmer down. So it's just a lot of theatrics going on right now. Am I on? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear
Okay.
you.
Okay. Well, I'm not making my point. So, or my opinion.
Okay, you kind of dropped off a little bit, but yes, I hear you.
But yeah, that's what it comes down to. So, like I said, a lot of this is political season, and whatever gets a sensation to get people to rise, they're going to say, no matter how outrageous or whatever, whether it's true or not, it's irrelevant. They just want to get a rise out of people, and that's what it really comes down to. And it depends on how you react. It's not what somebody says; it's how you react to it. If you react negatively, you lost the argument. If you keep your head cool and focus on what you need to do or make an objective opinion, that's different. But when you react and lash out, on something that somebody says is outrageous, really you've lost the argument. They won, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Well, I just want to thank you so much. You've been a great guest as always. I really enjoyed your point of view tonight. Does anyone else have a question for Stallion before he goes? We have a. Anyone else have a question, guys? Any last question before Stallion leaves? Well, all right then, Stallion. Just thank you so much. Have a blessed night. Enjoy yourself, and I thank you so much for coming and spending this time with us. Thank you so much.
All right. Tell Nuke I said hello.
I will definitely tell Luke you said hello.
All right. Take care, and everybody have a good night.
You do too. You do too. All righty. Yes, guys. So let me figure out a way to share this with the link here so that I can have you guys have someone to stop by. Hold on. I'm trying to email this to myself. Hold on, guys. For some reason, can't get the. I want to share the link to see if someone else want to come in. Hold on 1 second, guys. Please share the live, guys. And if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Okay. There's no need, guys, for us to, be rude or call each other name because the migrant situation is really a tricky situation because for some people it does benefit them. For some people, their business is doing well, and that is why they continue to push it. So, all right, guys, let me see if I can share it on here. All right. I just shared the link, guys, which is the Go Live Together link. I'm not sure how well it will work. Someone would like to stop by and share your opinion on the show tonight. I've shared the link, guys. You may stop by and share your opinion. Share how you view it. I do understand a lot of people's point of view. I understand being an American that you view that the benefits should come, to those that are Americans. But one thing that I do encourage a lot of you guys to, be sensitive to is the fact that immigrants have helped America in a lot of ways. The link is only information link. I'm not sure because that's the link that I have, and that's the one that was shared with me. Yeah. Let me see. Try this link and see if it will work. Try that link. We should be considerate, guys, to keep in mind that migrants have helped America in various of ways. Many ways. Tonight is not the show for that. But even Haitian people have helped America in many different ways. Keep in mind that life is the same thing. It's okay. Thank you. I do apologize. Like I say, I'm live on YouTube. It's not like I'm live on StreamYard, so I'm not sure if once one guest come in, then it will not allow another guest to come in off of that same link. So I do thank you. Next time when I am live on YouTube, then you are able to come in. If you would when I'm live on StreamYard, then I'll be able to invite more of you guys in. All I'm gonna say, guys, is to for those who are dealing with influx of immigrants in your neighborhood, to please be kind, because the Haitian people are running from a terrible situation. No, it's not your fault. Yes, we know that Haitians need to fix their country. Yes, we know that is a Haitian problem. We are well aware of all of those facts. But imagine if it was you and your family. Imagine if it was you that was innocently thrown into a situation where you didn't know the half of what was happening around you, just found yourself in a war zone. Many of you guys grew up in communities that now you don't know what happened in that community. You had to leave. What if there was nowhere else for you to go? Okay? Situations are different, but remember, life is about one day you're up and the next, you're down. And nothing is promised. Nobody knows about what life brings for tomorrow. Speaking on George 10, do I feel that Haitians are being exploited? If you are in the business sector, then you should also have a forwarding thinking. So it's kind of like cause and effect, even in language arts. Something happened, and this was, the effect of what happened. In my heart, I do feel that a lot of the businessmen that are loading Haitians by busload, lowering them to the state of Ohio, kind of knew eventually this was going to happen. And it did not matter, because as long as they were making money, it was okay to put the population of people, at a discomfort, because it's comfortable for them, because there's benefits for them. Now, many of you guys are saying, well, they're there and they're working and they're being paid. True. But a lot of Haitian people are legal. They were given a legal path to come to the United States. I hear, just as people are saying Haitians are getting food stamps they're getting thousands of dollars in food stamps, that's a lie. Because I've talked to people that just made it there. Those that are getting assistance, what assistance they're getting, people are making assumptions and not knowing. Okay? We cannot just assume that just because somebody's going grocery shopping on a card that they have thousands and thousands of dollars on the card. That's an assumption. Also, just because they're working, we can't assume that they're getting paid a proper and normal wage like an everyday American. Just as, okay, we should listen to how housing, the price of to rent a place, have skyrocketed because of Haitians moving to Springfield. Well, a lot of these Haitians, they're not even making as much as the Americans who are working. They're not making as much as the Americans who are working, guys. and they're still turning around paying more for housing. Isn't that a form of exploitation as well? You know, out of many, we are one. She says, Marie, you are not addressing the true cancer racism. Well, why I'm not stuck on racism here and we don't know, right, is because there's a lot of black people that's complaining as well. In the Springfield area, out of many, we are one, about what's happening with the Haitian community and them. Generation Love, how's it going? Thank you for tuning in. This is why, when making money and in comfort, it's a sin to not serve beyond approved charities. I didn't really understand it, Generation Love, but thank you so much for tuning in. I don't want to run and say it's a race thing, is but hey, just like Stallion mentioned that what time it is, and there's always a targeted group around a special time, and we guess right now it's a Haitian time. Naman says, why the Haitians are the ones headlining about the migrant influx? Have they seen the Africans, Salvadorians, Ecuadorians, Guatemalans, Venezuelans, just to name a few? I try to tell people that there are other nationalities too, but Haitians are the main target. Stitching Goods, how's it going? Exactly. Nothing to do with race. It has to do with what's actually happening. You're basically saying because they're Haitian, we have to accept it, or we're racist. No, that's not what we're saying. I'm actually trying to figure out why is it that it's Haitians that is named in the forefront. We have to be honest. If you are watching, that Haitians' name have been attached to a lot of what's happening, and the Haitian people have been of great assistance to the Springfield community because the Haitian community there are working people. They are willing to do jobs that the locals were not willing to do. Maybe there are more Haitian immigrants in Springfield, and people are saying 20, 30,000. But then I saw several interviews where people there were saying it's about maybe up to 10,000 Haitians that are living in their community. Michael's Marie Pierre says, why blaming the Haitian for everything when there are three other countries getting the benefits of the parole program? That's very true. I mentioned that too, Marie Pierre. Michael says, Haitians hate other Haitians. When my mom treat me bad, other Haitians laugh like I don't exist. Michael, I'm sorry to hear that, your mother treats you bad. I am sorry to hear that. Maybe there are more Haitian immigrants in Springfield. Linda McCoy says because they single Haitians out. You have understand the history. Yes. What is the demographics in that town? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Venezuelans are running a to its wide issue, but they are disbehaving and misbehaving in different ways. And guys, we're not here to bring the limelight on anyone like any other race. Problems, guys, even if there was no immigrants, let's say in America, no immigrants in Haiti, guys, a majority of people in a state prison or in a federal prison in America are Americans. People would still commit crimes. And I'm not saying it like it's just reality, guys. Yes, immigrants should be punished. And I do believe that immigrants should be deported when you do something that is against the law. You guys know my story. I've always been one that accept accountability. And I do believe that when you do wrong, you should pay for it. So if an immigrant commits a crime, I believe that yes, they should be deported. You should lose that privilege of living in America. So I'm not saying that, we should let Haitians do whatever they want to do. No. But then I'm gonna listen to something that's logic. I want to listen and understand to not just what people want me to believe, but I want to know facts about what's really happening and why are we being such a huge target. Amy's Journey says, Marie, my sister, all demographics have prejudice against Haitians because they are not educated and don't understand or care to know what we mean to the world. We abolish slavery. Thank you so much, Amy. Amy's Journey. Thank you. Blaze, what jobs are they doing that locals wouldn't do? Just watch some of the documentaries. This is not what Marie is saying, but these are facts, guys. We are paying because we defeated Napoleon's army and won our independence. We are paying for just that, even in 224. Arger Baker says, because someone's spreading lies about certain groups of people, and like the gentleman is saying, they didn't have the internet then. Yeah. So it's kind of like the internet is a curse and a blessing in a way, because I remember in the early 90s, a lot of Haitians migrated to the United States, and it was not near like this. But like he mentioned, 30 years ago, we didn't have the internet. And I also hear now even communities in Alabama are standing up and are making a big deal about Haitians in their community. And what baffles me is exactly what Marie Pierre mentioned, is that Haitians are not the only ones that are in this humanitarian program. We do have other nationality of people that are in the program. I don't blame them. They come from the roughest country. Garbage dump is majority of food. Haitians are making it a big deal. Generation Love says Haitians should invite gringos to the country as an exchange of information, assistance, hospitality, solidarity. I have yet to be invited, and I come with solar chargers and such other resources. Well, we invite you with Life in Haiti, Generation Love. We invite you. I brought up Venezuelans because you're acting like Spotlight's just a Haitian bias, not trying to down either race. There's factual issues and it's being suppressed for political reasons. Thank you, someone with logic is speaking for the Haitian people. Lady D, thank you. Everyone knew before mentioned it. Okay. Lady D says we are strong and we created America, the Louisiana Purchase as well as Chicago. Can they? Hey, my sister Marie, I am a proud Haitian American. I've been here for 25 years and I've noticed that the blocks are shiftless and lazy, very, yeah, guys, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna bash anyone. We're not gonna, we're not gonna bash a certain nationality. I just want to thank you guys so much. As I mentioned from the beginning up to now, and I'll continue to mention, many Haitians are fleeing terrible situations that I know many of my American friends couldn't even stand to dream about, couldn't live through it in a dream, let alone live through it on a daily. If you follow this channel, you know that I am one that is big on accountability. And I do believe wholeheartedly that the Haitian government play a huge role into what's happening and to why it's so easy for many people around the world to put shame on the Haitian name or to have the Haitian people displaced as they are. Watching the news lately as a proud Haitian is very hard. We do know and understand that Americans have a right to stand up for their country. But keep in mind, guys, yes, you do have a right to stand up for your country. But just because someone is standing there, just their presence being a problem, knowing that they're fleeing a situation, do they have a right to defend themselves to a certain extent? Now we hear about the accident that took place. I don't know much about that. I'll do my research and speak on that more. But for the most part, I would say that the Haitian community are very grateful to be in America, not just solely in Springfield. I know that they are grateful to be in America. The most regret that they could have is that their presence is such a discomfort for many people when all that the Haitian people want and trying to do, guys, is just live. They just want to build a future for their family and children. I am a product of Haitian parents who traveled out of Haiti and were granted a chance and opportunity. And my parents, they are, I want to say, very good members of society as far as the American community. People that have moral turpitude. You know, these people have never committed a crime. I've watched my father, my mother work hard to get everything that they have. It's not taking advantage, and they live in America. They pay taxes. Americans, I hear, and I'm not taking this away, but many of you guys are focused on the fact that you pay taxes, but keep in mind we have a huge community of Haitians as well that pay taxes in America. We have a huge community of Haitians that are proud to say that they will not misuse the welfare system. You have Haitian people that are still working well over their time for retirement, guys. So yes, there is a lot happening, but find out the facts, guys, before we just start being mean to one another. Because at the end of the day, this world belongs to us. We are humans. Doesn't matter who you are. You could be Indian. You could be whatever your nationality is. We all bleed the same and we are all human. And I don't think anyone is going to just sit there and be okay with us with being mistreated. Generation Love, thank you so much for the $20 super chat. Thank you so much for the $20 super chat. Thank you for your continuous love and support of this channel. God bless you always. Thank you. It's a tough time right now. Don't fall for the okie doke. This too shall pass. You know, in this economy, many elderly are still working, and that's the truth. Haitians in the chat, don't let the obviously rude comments get to you. That's what they want. I don't, you know, guys, I welcome your comments. Whether you like Haitians or not, I'm going to tell you something. It's how I receive it, and attitude is everything. And if you listen to a person long enough, they'll tell you who they are. So just listen to them long enough. I welcome everybody, guys. You can come in as a troll and you leave out as a different person. So I just thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you've subscribed to this channel. I hope you've shared it. And whether you agree about this situation that's happening, I hope that you learn something and understand that we are all people. And today, yes, America is on top and it has been on top. And we pray that it stays that way. But you just never know what life has to offer. Or you could be in America and still have problems, guys. It's not, you know, that Americans don't have problems. I try to tell my Haitian people and the Haitian community that all the time, that Americans have problems. They may not have the same set of problems that we face or we have here in Haiti, but you guys have you guys have problems as well. Thank you guys so much. And don't forget, guys, we are opening the center. We are days away from our first day of school. Today is, what's today's day, guys? Let's see. Today is the 22nd. So let me see. 22nd. We are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We are 9 days away, literally, from our first day of school. You know, we've been working really hard, guys, to get things together for the center. And I want to encourage you guys to please share the center with others. We need your assistance, guys, because as the years start, we have the kids to feed, we have staff to pay. We want to stand out. We want to make sure that we have a happy staff to get the job done so that we can continue to make a difference. If you are new here, we don't just talk about issues of Haiti. We are on the ground working to do our part to make a difference in the community. Someone mentioned the lack of education, which is a huge problem within our community in Haiti. What can we do? We can start planning today to see a difference from now. The issues within Haiti and the Haitian people within Haiti is not going to be something that happens overnight, but I am a true believer that we need to raise a new generation. We need to change the way of thinking, the way of doing things right here in Haiti. And one big thing that a lot of people have problems with, regardless of how Americans feel about it, believe me, there are people in America that like migrants, right? And one of the big things that most Americans complain about is them not speaking English. And I'm not being funny, but my hope is to raise a generation that will stand up and actually represent Haiti in Haiti. But in the event, if and wait on you guys to come in and visit and be able to interact with you guys. So one of the things that we want to implement is make sure that every child that comes through here, they get to learn to speak English. So guys, please donate towards the GoFundMe. You can donate via Zelle. Please share it if you would like to get in touch with me directly. You can contact me. via email, and then from there we will link up elsewhere, guys. So I just want to thank each and every one of you guys who watch the channel, who continue to share the channel, who have donated, who continue to donate. We just want to tell you guys thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll keep you guys updated this week because we do have a big meeting coming up this week where we will get to meet all of the kids because it's been registration. You guys know we're just opening the center. So I haven't personally met all of the kids. We're on Wednesday. We're gonna be giving away hygiene bags, and those of the kids that we have sponsored, we will be issuing them out their books for the year. You guys know you can't go to war without the proper weapon. We cannot put kids in school without making sure they have what they need. So we give issued out all of the kids that are sponsored here uniforms, but we've yet to give out the books because we want to make sure that the books stay protected. So Wednesday is going to be a day. So and you guys be sure to look for me live Wednesday morning, maybe around 10 o'clock. I'll be live Wednesday morning, guys. And share that good time with you guys. It's always a pleasure to do so, especially for many of you guys who donate towards Life in Haiti, guys. Thank you all so much. You know, um, there are things I'm not here to change your mind, but keep in mind we are in this world to spread more love. We're just passing through here, guys. And I'm not near suicidal and I don't want anyone to think that, but we will all leave all of this behind. No one, absolutely no one, whether we are Americans, whether we are Haitians, whatever our nationality is, none of us is here forever, okay? So keep that in mind as we react or as we respond to some of the things that we hear that's happening around the world. You guys take care. I love you guys. Be kind to one another. Tell somebody you love them. Be kind to yourself. Most of all, guys, don't go to sleep upset. Give somebody a compliment. I'll keep you guys posted. Love you guys. If you would like to sponsor a child, please contact me directly, guys, via email, and I'll share more with you. If you want to just do a donation, just you can do a donation. But if you would like to sponsor a child, do not send in any funds. Please speak with me first because there are information that I need to share with you that I need to get in order. Also, pick a child for you, and that way you know the child that you sponsor, and then we will move forward with funding. But if you would not like any commitment, and you would like to make that one-time donation, guys, either you can do it via Zelle, via GoFundMe, via Cash App, however way you're comfortable with, you can make a one-time donation. But if you would like to make a commitment towards Life in Haiti, by donating to sponsor a child or maybe sponsor a teacher, guys. We need your help. We need you guys' assistance. And most of you guys, all of you guys are blessed. And know that God didn't bless us just for ourselves, right? We got to bless other people. And me, I always find pleasure in blessing strangers. So none of the people we're blessing do I know, guys, because it's not about us getting something back. It's about the blessing that you will get back. I can't give it back. No one else can give it back to you, but it'll come from up above. So I just want to thank you all so much. How much to sponsor a child for a whole year is $150 per year, guys. But then you are entitled to have a relationship too with that child. Let's say if you want to do more, you guys saw on the last live where a sponsor they already sunk in $50. With that $50, now I want to make sure that your donation goes towards something good because you guys work hard. I grew up in the States, so I understand the value of money, and I don't want you to ever be misused. So what did I do? We went shopping for that child. If there's a specific need, maybe that child might need some shoes or maybe they might need some clothes. Whatever that need is, then I'll share it with you. That's why I say if you want to be a sponsor with Life in Haiti, yes, I need to be in contact with you. Don't worry about me calling you all the time. That's not something that I'm going to be doing. But we probably build a relationship. Who knows? And we do get to talk all the time. But yes, to sponsor a child, please get in touch with me in case anything happened or any updates. I will share it with you guys. All right. I'm out of here. You guys be blessed. Have a blessed night. Thank you so much, Mercedes. Thank you all so much. Love you guys.